Hello there. We're the coaches from all over the world. We've met in Thinking in the Result program, and now we are just friends. We are masterminding together, and we are talking about topics that are interesting for us and for our clients. And today we want to talk about something that is very, very interesting and important for me, which is leaving anyone or everyone with the impression of increase. What does it mean? How to do that? And what for? Hello, guys.
Hi, amazing.
Michaela,
So,
what do that for?
yeah, it's a very interesting topic because several times I thought about this and think about how do I do this? And yeah, I got somehow the answer. So that's how I'm working. I put out my intention and the answer is coming from somewhere, and I got the answer, and it's very interesting to show the person I'm talking with or working with or meeting, give the feeling that this is the most important person for me, the most important person, maybe in my life. And that's more easier for me to do this than and also this one leaving anybody with an impression of increase. So for me it was somehow difficult because I somehow don't know what could I say that the person feeling good, because when I don't know somebody, so how do I know what I say to him that he's feel or she's feeling more increase of herself also, so I can make I can give her maybe a smile or ask, how are you? Or if I work with somebody together, I can say, oh, you have done this in the most beautiful way, or you're so much effective while are you doing this or that. Or maybe I have a client, I can say, oh, you have made this judges are great or wonderful, or you make these steps forward. So somehow for me it's also, while I'm talking, I'm seeing it's somehow about motivating somebody or feeling somebody better than before. So what are you to think about it?
Absolutely. I only ask a question. I ask it to myself, of course. Where is the border? Where is this thin line between living with the impression of increase and flattering? These are the compliments you're talking about, right? How to do that, not to overdo it.
And if also it comes from you really, that is true for you. So you have to find something that is true for you, because the other person would feel when you talk about and you don't mean it like that.
This is it. Your real observation.
Yeah. I find it that it also becomes easier to notice gifts and beautiful things and qualities in others when we notice them in ourselves, when we are able to give compliments to ourselves. Because otherwise, if I'm someone who is super judgmental with myself and harsh, how can I allow not loving me and then praising other people, right? So I think it kind of goes hand in hand. And as soon as I started seeing myself more as a beautiful human being, I think it made it also much easier to see beautiful things in others and naturally communicate it to them, because it's important to notice the good things, the positive things about ourselves and other people, because then we create more of that.
I love that, Arta. That's kind of along the lines of what I was thinking as well. You know, I'm at the point in my life where I consciously take the perspective of everything is me, and you know, everything is one and everything is connected. And I really learned this from my old boyfriend. When we would go out, I'm pretty introverted, so I would be very quiet when I go out in public, try to keep like a space around me so I don't have to feel everything. It was very overwhelming a lot of times. But when I started spending time with him and we would go out and everywhere we would go, let's say we were at the grocery store and he would be like, "What's your favorite Netflix movie?" He'd just ask a question. And they went from being this person to like just working and in their own head, and they would light up like someone's talking to me and someone's acknowledging me. And so from the perspective of everything is me, we're making everybody, everything just glow from that place. And so I began to do that as well, because I just loved watching how people would shift right before my very eyes, you know, from just kind of turned inwards to what happens with connection. And so I think law of increase and connection, you know, go hand in hand, and we're becoming more of who we are in that moment. So
yeah, that's remember me on a scene where I was in the train and I saw a beautiful woman and she's wearing such a beautiful dress. And somehow now it is to me that I have to tell her. There's something in my side. I say, I have to tell her. I can't hold it back, you know. And then I got all my courage together and go to her and said, "Oh, you wear such a beautiful dress and she's shining." And she said, "Oh, thank you so much." And she's so happy about that. And it makes happy to me, as you know, these words are saying, if you share your love, so it doubles, or if you share your peace, it doubles, or if you, yeah, and that somehow it's working. So, and somehow to see this, even when you meet a person outside and there's something coming to you and you say, "Oh, it's a beautiful lipstick," or a nice smile, or something like that, even take all the courage together and go to this person, because it's such a gift and nobody do this normally, you know. And yeah, I love this so much, and I train myself more to really see those things and get my courage to do this. And because I know, yeah, somehow I give the person a little gift for the day, so, or maybe a huge gift, I don't know.
Maybe. Oh, I was thinking what to say about it, because as usually, I was thinking that I'm not good enough in leaving everyone with the impression of increase. And I was thinking about this topic and I proposed it. And I found several things since I heard from Bob that it's important to leave everyone with the impression of increase. And one of things that comes to my mind is to give the attention to a person you're talking with, any person. Sometimes we have very, very short contact with someone, right? But if we talk with this person this way, it's obviously rather difficult to leave this person that is listening to me right here with increase, because I'm talking to the wall. So if I pay attention to this person and I look straight into her eyes, for instance, showing that I'm focused on this person, is making difference, right? It's shifting the connection. And another thing that I found, and it's especially important in my country where everybody is like, you know, looking serious. Yeah, it's enough to smile, because when you speak with someone that looks like this and you are looking for any signal from the person that the person is interested or touched anyhow with by what you say or what you do, or is anyhow in contact, and you look for it on this you know, rock face, it's not easy to keep going into this contact. But if I smile only a little bit, I show on my face any emotion, it changes everything. Everything. So
And
I have a very serious face when it's relaxed, right? And I need to keep it in mind. Some people are blessed with smile on the face all the time, and they don't have to remember. But it's a thing for me that let's remember on what about what we have on our face, because it's showing very many things. Yeah,
and you, Camilla, you are working with a team, right? For
yeah,
you, is important to manage people well so that you reach the goals that you have set. Do you think is important, what we talk about today is important in good team management as well, for team leaders and people who are moving project ahead and solving challenges in a team setting?
leaving them with the impression of increase. Oh gosh, it's crucial,
Mm,
because if they don't feel they grow, they won't follow you. That's number one. And number two, if they don't trust you, they won't ask questions, so they won't learn from you. And you are the leader, and you want them to do what you want them to do. But if there is no exchange and no touch, no contact, then it it starts and it causes the problems. Yeah. And this lesson from Bob was very, very important for me, especially for this reason.
It's
Yeah.
interesting. It's coming to me, this topic of good leader is also a good or should be also a good follower, you know, and that's what you're talking about. If you know how to follow, it's even on tango, it's so nice. It's another, a really not a completely different dance when I dance with a leader that also follows, because it's feeling that he also can go with my moves when I move. And I have also leaders that only lead, you know, and they are going somehow in this direction and think I have also to go in this direction. And when I go in another direction, even off balance, they don't follow. And that it's a completely different feeling. And it's so interesting that you can compare this or put this also in this area what you are working with, Camilla, because if I think I have a leader that tells me what to do, and I know he do it in a way that I'm feeling somehow that he get my hand and lead me in a soft way where I have to go, and I trust him because I see he leads in a way that is comfortably for me somehow. It's amazing. And then also I have fun, and even when there are compliments from the leaders or you have done a good work, not only we somehow we are so in this way what the people have done wrong, the most of the people are saying things what you have done wrong, but it is more easier and more nicer also to say things that works good and that motivates the people more than the thing you have done wrong, you know. And even when you can learn out of it. So somehow the people have to train, how do I do critics to instead motivate the people through this somehow, you know, because in Germany that is it's very, very bad to make faults. So somehow in America there is it, if you make faults, oh, it's great, you learn something out of it, you know. And yeah, that has to change, that you see also the worth in the faults, and to have leaders that are being able to complement it and to take you even when they criticize you or are saying that was wrong, to do it in a way that motivates you instead of this.
it takes me to another point I was thinking about, and it's gratitude, because you say how to give the feedback about how to give the critics in acceptable way, but it's also about giving the summary what you're finding that was done very well, and if you add the gratitude to that for what was done well and what was done and completed, then it makes miracles, really. Even if you are in the bakery and you're waiting in the queue to buy your bread, and the queue is growing behind you, and the lady in the bakery is giving you your bread, taking your money, and that's it, next. When she sees the gratitude on your face with just a short word, thank you, it's, oh my God, I've done my work. I've done that well. This is what I'm looking for from my clients. Just, I want them to be happy, right? And that's what we can give to people. I found it as the easiest, from my point of view, the easiest way to leave people with the impression of increase when they know that we are grateful to them. What do you think about it?
When I was listening to you and then Michaela talking, I just had this image of it's such a deep inner child work, because when we're leaving someone with something that feels good, it's like that inner child wakes up again and it's so happy, like, you've seen me, you validated me, you acknowledge me. Oh, I'm here. I think we are so used to we've been cultured to be invisible to one another and created a culture of such separateness. So again, it brings me back to the understanding of law of increase and connection, even with the dancing, and just acknowledging, like, I just saw all of their inner children just like wake up and be seen. And so we're just seeing one another, and in doing so, as Arta was saying, we're seeing ourselves, where everything is a mirror. And for me, I'm a solo practitioner mostly. I'm an acupuncturist and sound healer, and it's just me. And so thinking of the law of increase in that dynamic rather than in a team dynamic, it's still a partnership, it's still a relationship, and I'm trying to lead them to a place. And so, and the places of harmony, of chi and vitality, moving again, of movement and health. And so I want to ask, like, what is the goal of law of increase? So for me, it's restoring harmony and establishing vitality and health. Like, what is in my work, what is the goal? Like, where are we taking people to when we're doing this? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's a great question. It's a very great question. Yeah,
Well,
for me, sorry.
Go on ahead.
Yeah, for me, it is also to higher the energy and let the person feeling good and feeling seen, as you said, Brie. Yeah, it's so we want to be seen, we want to be accepted, and even that somehow that's the disease, that we don't accept ourselves like we are. So that's why our clients are coming, because we see them like they are, and their inner light, and it's I see it so clear in the persons what they are able to do and what they are able to create, and they even don't see it by themselves. So my work is to lead them to this that they feel their own power and their own ability to create their health and their lives and their goods and everything they want somehow, and that this is in them. And so that's somehow my goal, to let them see that in themselves, what I can see in them.
I agree with you, Michaela. I also thought about this. We help our clients to remember who they are. And another thing I wanted to add to this is that we also have the power to create the impression of increase for ourselves. And for me, it works best when I'm in contact with my inner child, because my inner child tells me, my inner child has the power to show me the real mirror. And it's really, really powerful and strong. So I think that is also the amazing thing, that the source is in ourself, also to give ourselves the impression of increase when we crave it.
Yeah, Camilla, when you were talking about, someone that might be hard to reach and they're not responsive to you, I had this experience. I was going around Vancouver Island by myself with the kids. They were like 5 months old, my puppies at the time. And I was staying at all these different campgrounds, and it was a really powerful time in my life as I was making a huge shift. And I was consciously doing that, just naturally, like, acknowledging everybody. And there was one woman at this one campground, and she just was like not receiving me at all. And I didn't take it personally. I actually felt how much suffering she was carrying. And so even though I didn't get the response, I didn't get a smile back, nothing. I just felt, you know what? I'm here to share whatever it is she needs in this moment, and I trust that she's going to get, you know, my compassion and my light and my love, even though she wasn't reciprocating that to me. So I wasn't attached to her response to me, and I just trusted that I was there to leave a positive imprint no matter what. So because of the pain she was in, she just couldn't see, couldn't connect.
At least she was not sending any messages to you, but it doesn't mean that she was not receiving them.
Yeah, I just trust at that point that even if I'm not getting a response and people are still, in their world, that it's still affecting everything and everyone in a positive way.
I'm thinking yet about what to do that for. And we're social creatures and we need people around us. And when we build something, it's always easier to build something with people than without people. At least it's my understanding and my feeling. And when we attract, it's about law of attraction for sure. When we attract people that are with low vibration and always complaining, for example, it doesn't make our life easier. Not at all. But if we are positive and when we are giving the good vibrations, the good energy to people, we attract people with high energy, with high vibrations, and we attract them, then we have them around us, and it's much easier to build, to create anything when they're around us. So it's also to attract people with a high vibration that can make us happier, can help us to get what we want, to build what we want, to create. What do you think?
I think that puts us in working in the natural laws of the universe when we're, there's natural things, our cells, come into systems on its own. There's a natural organization that happens, and so when we do this, we're acting and thinking and feeling in harmony with life itself. So it is natural for us to come together in that way, to create. Absolutely.
Great, guys. Over 25 minutes. It's gone so quickly. Thank you very much for listening. We have a special message from our marketing master Michaela. Thumbs up, subscribe, and hope to see you next week in next podcast. Thanks for listening.
Have a
Thank
great
you.
day.
Bye
Bye.
bye.